This bag is so cool. But you know what? I saved the best for my kid. So this is Groot's. Okay, so for today's video, I am going to share with you some of the products that we use on Groot on the daily, so nighttime, morning time, and in between, especially if he really needs it. Alright, so we're going to go into the very first product that I normally use for him, especially when we're starting out with cleaning up his face. The NutriVet Eye Rinse for dogs, and this kind of helps up with any of the tear stains that he have, and sometimes when you see his eyes getting red, the irritation can be relieved by just a few drops of this. Typically, I only go in for like 1 or 2 drops, but sometimes his eyes are not fully clean, therefore I would have to go in with multiple drops, and that really helps with clearing up all the eye booger and like some of the time, and then sometimes his fur gets around his eyes, and this really helps getting all that gunk out. NutriVet. We also use this Sophie Secret pet wipes, especially for his face when it's like the end of the day, but if we also feel like the need to use it throughout his body, we'll go ahead and do that too. It's safe all around, like around his eyes, his face, his mouth, his paws, his body, his butt. Like, we've been using these wipes for the past almost 3 years now that we've had Groot, and it's the best. And the great thing about them is that every time you order, I typically order the extra large. I can always cut it into the size that is appropriate for what I'm needing it for. And then the very next one, this Wrinkle Paste. Wrinkle Paste cleans and protects dog wrinkles, tear stains, and tail pockets. So for this Wrinkle Paste, I typically use a Q-tip to get under those rolls, especially like under his eyes, like between his nose. And this helps out a lot with the tear stains, because before we didn't use this, we noticed him getting a bacterial infection under those rolls because it's constantly wet. This helps us dry it out throughout the day. So in the morning and at night, you don't have to use too much of this. The only thing that I don't like is that sometimes when he's playing throughout the day, or like after I apply it on him, it'll dry up and then you'll see like a little bit of like these weird white balls kind of like scuffed up around his fur, and it doesn't look appealing, but you can simply just wipe it off with like your hand, which I always do, or like with a tissue. So this is, like I say, lifesaver for those rolls. So I would suggest this for all French bulldogs or any dogs that are having rolls on them where it's constantly wet all the time or moist. So yeah. The next product that is really good, and we found this on Amazon, I'll list them down below. Cleaning out his ear would probably be the next step that I would go into while I'm cleaning him. We use a Conquer hy-otic ear rinse for Groot, and this has like a really nice smell to it. So sometimes, yeah, it has like a really strong smell, which I'm not sure if you pet owners would like it so much. I don't give this to him like every single day. I just use it like maybe once a week or like twice a week, but it really depends on like how his ear is, if there's like a foul smell, or if there's like just anything in particular around his face area that's not so fresh smelling. We also got this medication that we were prescribed from the doctor recently, and I honestly don't even know why we got this, because our concern was not his face, but the doctor prescribed this and it's very potent. Like, I feel like it works really well if you need to put it in his ear to clean out any of like the residue or his face rolls. It works as well, but I really don't know how it will affect him in the long run. Fun fact, this is made in Germany. This is called Posatex Optic Suspension. That's all I gotta say about it. I stopped using it. Maybe I did it for like 2 or 3 days on Groot, but after that I just went back to the normal stuff. So for the paw shield, this doesn't mean that it's only for their paws. I use this specifically for Groot's nose every night or every day, and it helps out with his nose being like so super dry. Yes, you can use this on their paws too, but I really don't use it on Groot as much just because he is an indoor dog. I bought the snout soother before, and then I had this at the same time, and I felt like it's like the same consistent of protecting like their paw and just anywhere that is like rough on their body. Yeah, this is a lot. So imagine like trying to use up all this. I feel like there's just so many different products for dogs that sometimes you just really have to try it out and see what you can use for like I like multiple purposes use. I don't feel like I need to get him another product for just his nose, right? Ooh, another one, hydrocortisone anti-itch. So he's been itching his ear a lot where there was a lot of stuff in his ear, and we didn't want to just use this one. It wasn't anything more than just deodorizing and cleaning, versus this one. This helped with his itching, and the consistency of it is not like a liquid. Very similar to like starch and water. You know how like when you put it together and then it thickens? It's kind of like that, but it's really smooth, and it goes on like not as like a shocking drop, like a water drop. It's soothing, and this helps with Groot's ear. I don't use this every single day, only sometimes when I forget to give him coconut oil or like something throughout the day to freshen up his breath. So this helps with his like morning breath. He likes it because every time he sees me like opening it up and putting it in his mouth, because he's so ready for me to like spray it. The next product, I recently got this maybe like a month or two ago because we noticed he was like getting allergic to something, and then we later found out that it's most likely the environment. The pollen started coming, I started having the allergies. He goes out there a lot throughout the day to go pee and poo. So I bought this to soothe out any of those itchy spots. But in addition to having this, the vet that we went to recently also prescribed us Genta Spray, topical spray for like itch relief. I feel like I'm spraying like a medical stinky smell on him versus a nice smell. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, they gave us this so that we can spray it between his paws, his skin, just to relieve the itch. And then last but not least, that is in this bag. Okay, maybe I should just skip this and not use this at all. They gave us this, but I'm not gonna talk about it. It's basically like a sleeping medicine for Groot. Owning a French bulldog, I can tell you that they are like so sensitive to everything. So anything that you give them, anything that you put on them, you have to like make sure their skin is not irritable to it. And then on another note, it can be expensive, but we love Groot. Yep, those are all the products that we use for Groot. I hope you guys find this video helpful, especially if you're planning on getting a French bulldog, or if you currently have a French bulldog and you don't know where to start with some of the products. These are the ones that we use on Groot, and it works wonders. If you have any other suggestions, those of you who currently have a French bulldog and are using a different product but feel like it works a lot better, yeah, sharing is caring. So let me know what you use, but I'll see you guys in my next video. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already done so, but I'll see you guys. Bye.